Hey, welcome to From Louisville to the World. We're kind of rushed today, and we're not that prepared, but we're going to have fun anyway. Fun! But this episode is brought to you by butt plugs to spice up your sexual life, and also by baby plug pacifiers. Just don't get the two confused. But anyway, yes. But anyway, hi.
Moving along.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, moving along. Oh, yes. Here's the divine Miss T and the wonderful letter D. Oh, I'm sorry, you're
Uncle D.
Uncle D, yeah, Uncle D. And our sound guy, Dadoo, and who will also be our guest, and the wonderful, mysterious poet extraordinaire, Ron Whitehead, as our special guest.
It's great to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. Oh man, it's
from Louisville to the world.
Thank you for being our very first guest.
From Louisville to the world.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what my life is about. Thank you.
He is the man.
All right. Now, I guess we'll just segue into talking about this mysterious figure, King Dadoo Moore.
Good morning.
Yeah, look, Dadoo, why do you wear that mask? And how come? Will we ever see your face?
I'm hoping at some point to do an unmasking at one of my shows, but at this point in time, it represents, let's say, not judging a book by its cover. I've had some people actually thought I was gothic because I wear a lot of black and things like that, but when they hear my music, they understand that I enjoy music. I'm an entertainer in the sense of I dance, promote my own shows, but this is a way for me to express myself. I don't follow anybody else's fashion sense. You know what I mean?
You don't.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I have my own ideas. And this is just one as far as me getting myself out there and the attention that I want to get my way. You know what I mean?
So it's safe to say that you're still evolving as an artist in your many forms. You know, just like water. Just like water, you're one form, and then you can, transform yourself into
whenever
something
I want to.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, tell us about you got these like rap battles that you hold.
Actually, I do a lot of more than just rap battles. I do hip hop shows.
Yeah.
I do R&B. You know what I'm saying? We have different types, but I also have comedians that I work with as well.
Right. But anyway. So before we move on to the second guest, what is the you got like you're at like a hillbilly? So that club that you hold, the club that you hold at it's like a part hillbilly bar, redneck bar, and part like rap club.
If you want to label things,
but it's like very very Louisville. But yeah.
Okay, I understand what you mean.
I lost my labeler back in the 80s and I haven't used it since.
But anyway, it's it is very important. The whole thing about this podcast, it's not really an interview. It's about coming together. You have one guest, we talk with him for a short time, then we have a second guest, we talk with him a short time. This is going to be a very short episode because we're under a time crunch. So, but I think we got to know Dadoo for a little bit, but now we'll shoot to our second guest and get to know him.
Our primary guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the ADD crowd, this is the ADD edition from Louisville to the world.
Adderall-free ADD edition.
Yeah, but I think man, Ron, okay, you're basically, I mean, what people in Louisville basically know you for, besides your poetry, is your associations with Hunter S. Thompson and the Gonzo Fest, and also the Dalai Lama. So, if you want to, like, how did you meet Hunter S. Thompson? Like, how did you get involved with him?
Two of my great teachers, and they look like each other, Hunter S. Thompson and the Dalai Lama, coming from opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to teaching. But I was honored to produce the official Hunter S. Thompson tribute.
Oh, wow.
In Hunter's hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, December the 12th, 1996, and I brought in Hunter, Johnny Depp.
Wow, yeah. I thought you knew. If anybody
Warren
knew
Zevon,
Johnny Depp.
I was there. I was helping to produce. I was just
you would
a little.
know Johnny Depp.
You were there.
I was there,
Warren,
I was a college student then, and Ron was my professor, so I can say he speaketh the truth. It was a wonderful experience.
Warren Zevon, David Amram, Douglas Brinkley, Roxanne Pulitzer, and a whole lot of other people. It was incredible. And I am, with Denny Humphrey, co-founder.
Oh, yeah, Denny. Denny's a good guy.
Gonzo Fest, Louisville. I worked for 21 years now to get Hunter honored in his hometown of Louisville.
Yeah.
And then backing up to 1994, in April, after working for a year, in 93, I had brought my friend Lawrence Ferlinghetti, who I got nominated for the Nobel Prize in Literature. Lawrence is now 96, founded the first ever paperback bookstore in the United States, City Lights Books, 261 Columbus Avenue, North Beach, San Francisco.
Wow.
1953, he founded City Lights Books and Publishing, and Lawrence at 96 has 4 new books coming out this year. Well, I brought him to the University of Louisville in 1993. I took him to the Abbey of Gethsemane.
Oh, yeah.
Unbeknownst to me, Lawrence was friends with Thomas Merton, and Merton spent the last night of his life in the United States with Ferlinghetti in San Francisco before heading to Asia, where he had 3 conversations with the Dalai Lama, and the Dalai Lama credits the Trappist monk Thomas Merton, one of the most prolific and influential spiritual writers of all time. The Dalai Lama attributes Merton for transforming his life so he became more ecumenical, accepting of all people, of all faiths, non-faiths, beliefs and non-beliefs, embracing all people from all walks of life. So Ferlinghetti, on the drive back, after visiting the Abbey of Gethsemane, Brother Patrick Hart, Merton's last secretary, took us on the grand tour. Ferlinghetti and I had an hour-long conversation in which he said, why don't you bring the Dalai Lama to Louisville and bring him to Merton's grave? He would love to visit Merton's grave. Well, a year later, the Dalai Lama came to Louisville for his first visit, and he visited Merton's grave, and I had the opportunity to ask him one question, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to ask the Dalai Lama one question, probably the only time I'll have a chance in my life to do that. What should I ask? Well, I told him, it's April 94, I told him about the 48-hour nonstop music and poetry Insomniac-a-thon New York University had asked me to produce in May, a month after my visit with the Dalai Lama. I produced the 48-hour nonstop music and poetry Insomniac-a-thon for NYU to kick off their week-long 50-year celebration of the Beat Generation. And over 300 young people performed at that event. I took a caravan of 150 high school, college-age young people to New York, from Louisville, from Kentucky, and from the Naropa University in Boulder, Colorado, the only accredited Buddhist university in the United States. It was a crazy event. I told the Dalai Lama about that. I said, will you please give me a message to share with young people of all ages? He gave me a message. The only thing I heard through some kind of a strange spiritual transmission, I call it a transmission because I was in a trance. This was recorded. Our conversation, just like this is today, with the Dalai Lama and me, all I heard were the words to the poem I wrote, which was a gift from the Dalai Lama. These were not his words. Never give up. No matter what is going on, never give up.
Right.
Develop the heart. Too much energy in the world is spent developing the mind. Instead of the heart, develop the heart. Be compassionate, not just for your friends, but for everyone. Be compassionate. Work for peace. In your heart and in the world, work for peace. And I say again, never give up. No matter what is going on around you, never give up. And the Dalai Lama has blessed that poem. It's all over the world now. He has a framed poster of it displayed in his private office in Dharamsala, India.
Give me a fist bump, brother, because that is what this podcast is all about.
From Louisville to the world.
Exactly, compassion.
In 1992, I founded the Global Literary Renaissance. I was director of it for 14 years. My mission was to use Louisville as a home base, but to reach out in an all-inclusive arts movement and to bring everybody in the world together on the same page, on the same stage, and to create a revolution in the arts. And so that's been my life mission for 25 years now, because I'd already started on it by that time.
Right.
And so that leads me to the next thing. I lived in Iceland for a couple years.
Yeah, I heard
Iceland,
about that.
Okay, Iceland is the most happening place in
I
Europe.
believe it.
Okay, well, let's see.
I really do.
Their Iceland Airwaves, their music festival they have every fall, is
Heard about
the
that.
most popular music festival in Europe.
Uh-huh.
When the European labels are looking for a new band to sign, the first place they go is Iceland now. Smallest country in Europe, smallest capital.
Right.
I ended up, I helped Al Aronowitz produce a year after my friend Allen Ginsberg died at the band shell in Central Park.
Right.
We produced an Allen Ginsberg tribute. This was in 1998. And we invited people from all over the world, translators of Ginsberg's Howl. Most of them were, but others had from China, from Argentina, translated other works. 3 people from Iceland came. 2 legendary musicians, the Pollock brothers, plus Birgitta Jansdottir. The Minister of Culture had sent these people. Birgitta was one of the original members of WikiLeaks.
Oh,
she is founded the Pirate Party in Iceland. She's in her second term as leader of the Pirate Party. They have now become the most popular party in Iceland.
Right.
They invited me, the Minister of Culture invited me to Iceland to give 3 readings, and guess what? At the second reading, which was held at the main music venue in downtown Reykjavik, the band that opened up for me was a band called Sigur Rós.
Okay.
The most popular,
I love
band
they're very beautiful
in
and
Iceland at the
melodic.
time.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they would leave. I mean, who the hell in Iceland knew anything about Ron Whitehead from Louisville, Kentucky? The 3 people who had invited me. Those were the only ones.
Does everyone have heard of Sigur Rós?
Sigur Rós, Sigurros,
I know them.
one of the most popular bands in the world. I did a lot of shows with them, and I had a meeting with them. And I told them at the time, I said, look, y'all have got to get out of Iceland. You'll be as big as Bjork. We had a meeting at downtown restaurant in Reykjavik, and they all looked at me, a bunch of awesome people, and their eyes got big, and they laughed so loud. They said, ha, ha. They thought that was the funniest thing they've ever heard. Well, guess what? They signed with Fat Cat Records in London, and now they're with DreamWorks. They've been with the biggest music label in the world, with DreamWorks, and one of the most popular bands in the world. They've been to Louisville twice, and the only person who got the best seat in the house in the backstage passes, you're looking at him.
Oh, excellent.
All right. You earned it.
After the show, I'm going to have to share the video of the Sigur Rós video. I forget the name of the song where you have the kids flying off of the cliff. But anyway.
Awesome. Jonsi's the lead singer, plays the guitar with the violin.
Yeah, it's in that video. You're right.
Falsetto.
Yeah. I have a question. I'm sure our wonderful co-hosts, Lori and Dirk, have questions too. You've got all these Buddhists. I mean, okay. First of all, man, we feel really cheated because we've got maybe 10 more minutes with you. We need 3 hours with you, man. You've lived.
We're gonna
lived
have
a
to
life.
invite you back.
Yeah, you've lived a great. You've lived a life.
Thank you. I'll be glad to come
you got most people don't realize this, but you have Buddhist temples all over the world. I was at a Buddhist temple once in a fishing village in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Canada, in Pleasant Bay. So I mean, it's have you traveled to all those different? Got to?
I've traveled to many places. I love to travel, and I'm right now in the middle of setting up at least 2 Europe tours for 2016. Oh, wow. There's a chance I might go to China. I'm not sure yet. And there's a good chance I'm going to go to Brazil to do some shows. But I tell you what, I love how many people have been killed, how many wars have been created by Buddhists. That's a simple question. So
I'm sure there's a joke there somewhere.
I'm a student of Buddhism. I am I'm not religious. I was raised Southern Baptist here in Kentucky. I grew up on a farm in western Kentucky where Bill Monroe grew up in Ohio County, the father of bluegrass music. I grew up with that kind of music, the white mountain blues. It was the white blues, the hillbilly blues that got in bed with the Delta blues the black blues, and they had a baby called rock and roll. And I love music, all kinds of music. So, but I'm a deeply spiritual person, and so when I travel, I love to visit spiritual places, temples, old churches, and I love graveyards. And I especially like them when they're either empty or there's music going on. I'm not a big fan of sermons. I'm like, you've heard one talk over the line? Well, I'm like one sermon over the line, sweet Jesus. I don't need to hear anymore. Thank you.
Right. Now, just so, in terms of time, how much looking very professional right now, how much time do we have?
We have 45 minutes on this.
When do you have to be out of here in about?
I got to leave at 12:15, and
okay.
This is why. Okay, we're coming up on the most ancient boat races in history. They started in China, are the dragon boat races. Louisville is getting ready to celebrate on September the 12th, Saturday, down on the waterfront, their second annual Louisville Dragon Boat Festival. And so Jen, my wife Jen Bug, and I have formed our own team, which I named the Viking Hillbilly Dragon Boat Apocalypse. And,
all right.
And 21 members on the team. Well, I had a band called the Viking Hillbilly Apocalypse, some of Iceland's and Kentucky's best poets, spoken word artists, and musicians. We toured the U.S. from New York to L.A. We opened with 7 nights of shows, the Bowery Poetry Club. It's my friend Bob Holman founded. He put slam poetry on the global map. At the New Eurekan Poets Cafe in the Lower East Side in New York City. So anyway, I got dragon boat practice today, and I got to get out of here.
Okay.
We got a late start today, no problem. I'm used to arts events. I produced over 3,000 of them throughout Europe and the USA, and they nearly always run late.
Right.
Creative people time is what I like to call it. Some people call it CP time. It's creative people time.
Before go ahead.
Let me say this. Okay, upcoming events. I want to share with you.
Well, we have a plug section, and maybe we should switch to.
We're going. This is from Louisville to the World.
Yeah.
I want to invite everybody.
Okay, sure.
This is a new thing. This is not. It hasn't been announced officially yet. So this is an unofficial announcement. In May 2008. With Ólafur Gunnarsson, Iceland's leading novelist, I produced the first ever Beat Generation festival in Iceland at Storaklop, Big Rock, a few kilometers outside of Reykjavik. The Crystal River's in the valley. The historic Viking Mountain is across the valley in the distance. It was an incredible event.
Right.
Well, 3 days after we produced that festival, I solo climbed the Viking Mountain. A big storm came at the top of the mountain. In legend, Viking legend, and Ólafur is a consultant on The Vikings, the TV program The Vikings. Well,
that's beautiful. I'll watch that.
Yes.
In legend, the Vikings, once they arrived in Iceland, they sent a Viking to the top of that mountain every day throughout the year, because you can see for miles and miles and see if any invaders are coming. So I solo climbed it. And as Ólafur dropped me off at the base, he said, "Oh, Ron, it was misting rain. I forgot to tell you, several people have been blown off the top of that mountain to their deaths."
Wow.
I said, "You jackass." And so, but I wasn't about to turn around. So I climbed the mountain, and a big storm came at the top. I was nearly blown off 3 times. I clung to the biggest stone at the top of the mountain, squatted down for 15 minutes to get a windbreak, had a series of epiphanies, out of which at the end of those 15 minutes, I unzipped my backpack and took out the only thing I had in it, which is a 1.5-liter bottle of red wine, and I chugged half of it. Then I raised my arms, thanking the Norse gods for finally accepting and embracing me. Then I made my descent. And once I was back, Ólafur and I had a series of conversations, out of which I wrote this poem, The Storm Generation Manifesto. And the reason I'm mentioning all this, we're getting ready, July the 16th, Saturday, 2016, the first ever global Storm Generation Festival is going to be held in Iceland.
Read that poem, Ron. Read
Here's the poem. The Storm Generation Manifesto. We tip our hats to the lost and the beat. We go our own way. We are the storm generation. We are the storm. We are a new generation of artists. We are poets, writers, painters, sculptors, composers, musicians, singers, dancers, playwrights, filmmakers. We are creative expression. We blow away lies and injustice. We are graphic. We are honest. We tell it like it is. We are fierce. We are brutal. We are compassionate. We are gentle. We are kind. We have soft hearts. We are free. We are spirit. We are sex. We dwell in the realms of the creative imagination. We are the creative imagination. We know that the shortest distance between 2 points is creative distance. We pay attention to the long-forgotten wisdom voices of the forest. We vanquish the overtly materialistic greedy who intentionally destroy mountains. We honor mountains and oceans and eagles and wolves. We cherish Mother Earth and all her terrible beauty. We are non-violent spiritual warriors. We are lightning. We are thunder. We are song poems. We are fearless visionary poets. We have wolf eyes. We are more than the eye of the storm. We are the storm. We refuse. We will not bow down. We will never give up. We are God's open nerve. We are God's open nerve. We are the storm generation. We are the storm, the storm, the storm.
Excellent, Ron. Now we will excellent. Now we will cut to our ad and our getting to know you and plug segment and our final improv segment, which I hope our listeners will enjoy.
Do you have a damn cat? Of course you do. If you got a cat, you got a damn cat. Well, we at Damn Cat Cat Food have a simple motto: feed your damn cat. Thank you.
Hey, now, welcome back, everybody. Dadoo and Ron. I guess if you put that together, it's Dan, our studio owner. But anyway, this is called Getting to Know You and Plug. So if you two have anything to plug, and we're just going to shut up, and you two just talk to each other for a few minutes.
Oh, wait, I would just like to say before you start is that if you, for some strange reason, do not know who Ron Whitehead is, he does have a documentary that was written about him. He's still alive. He's not dead. He's alive and kicking.
He's here. He's right here.
Yeah, he's right here. And there's a documentary called Outlaw Poet. So who did that one for
Storm
you?
Generation Films, Nick Storm and Storm Generation Films. Actually, there will be official release. They're adding animation to it. They have an animator, and the official release is going to be this fall. It's going to hit there's going to be some private screenings in Europe and here in Louisville. And then it's going to hit all the festivals, including next year's Sundance Festival. And my website is tappingmyownphone.com if you want more information about me.
Yes.
It's a poem I wrote about an actual experience I had. Why wait for them to do it? They probably are already anyway. Go ahead and tap your own phone.
We're not supposed to know that. Shh. Okay, I'll let you all get back to it.
How long have you been doing poetry?
Since my lifetime in Atlantis. I think it goes all the way back to Arcturus, where I come from. Arcturus is in another place. I've been doing it all my life.
Okay. I heard a lot of fire in the poetry that you just wrote.
Thank you.
Just read. What drives your fire?
You know what? Well, I took 8 years. We dwell in space. We measure space with time. But if that's all there was, life would be metronomic. It would be boring. Tick-tock, tick-tock. But we got that other magical, real alchemical element called rhythm. Ooh. And walking across the fields when I was growing up through the woods, I would walk with a rhythm, with a beat. And as words came to me, as songs came to me, I took those songs, even if I'd heard them in church or on the radio, and I changed the lyrics into my own. And I just let the words flow out of me, and I've been doing that all my life.
I appreciate that.
But 25 years I've been living and being my dream. It took me 8 years to get from doing jobs I despised and hated, building a bridge from where I was to where I wanted to be, and I made it. If I can do it, anybody can. I've been living it and doing it for 25 years. There's nothing like it.
Right now,
every day's a holiday.
Right.
Do you have anything to plug, Dadoo, before we cue music and go into our final improv segment?
Well, Club Live and U.S. Lounge, DJ / let's say promoter / entertainer. I do a lot of different things, but let's say the newest thing I really want to plug is Club Live downtown, 133 West Liberty Street. We'll be doing dance parties down there, but I definitely would like everybody to come to US Lounge to see our shows. We do have poetry. We do, comedians. We do rock. We do hip hop. I mean, excuse me, my company's called We Want More Entertainment for a reason.
Right.
We want all the entertainment we can possibly get our hands on. So I appreciate y'all having me involved in this, because of the people that I'm involved with. They would appreciate what we're doing. You know what I mean? More than anything, they do.
Yeah.
So for what they've told me so far, they want to be involved in any way that they can with the show, at least helping promote it. So I'm throwing that out there right now, that I'm letting them know, that I'm letting y'all know at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Cue music. Very professional of us. Welcome. This is what we call our improv segment. This is where the two guests get to interact with one another and create something magical on the spot. I think today we'll still, since Ron is a poet and Dadoo is a spoken word hip hop artist. Well, I want to go for that. I can't pronounce words today. IMPRASSI or spell for that matter. But I think impresario. There we go. But
we'll just exchange lines, one line at a time.
Exactly.
The Bone Man dances circles.
He dances circles around the fire,
round the subterranean gloom.
I can't get any higher.
Paints pink and blue and purple.
With the soul full of... I'm sorry.
With the smell of roses.
Oh, I'm on the spot right now. I'm sorry I'm not as good as you, brother.
And a pandemonium moon. The Bone Man dances circles round the subterranean gloom, paints pink and blue and purple, until he fills the room with the smell of roses and a pandemonium moon. Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Hey, Dadoo, I think you lost that rap battle there, Dadoo.
Yes, I did, and I appreciate it. If anything, I'm taking
I demand a rematch.
Yeah.
Rematch.
Next show, next time.
I bow my head.
Thank y'all.
I bow my head.
Thank y'all for having me on.
Wonderful,
Thank you,
Ron.
Thank you for everything.
3 hours next time. And hopefully, one before Ron goes, we were this close to getting his partner, Jinbug, who's, I guess, a little shy when it comes to being interviewed, but she's, I just want to throw her name out there because she's a very respected artist, photographer, etc. in her own right as well. Poet.
She's one of the best
and
poets.
Now you can tell her how painless this is.
She's one of the best poets and writers on the planet. She is.
Is there a way to contact her or see her work? Is she on Facebook?
She's on Facebook, Jinbug, JINNBUG. Okay. Bug's her nickname. She likes to be called Bug. And she is a Jin. All right, thank you for asking.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
Enjoy
fun. Your dragon race
Thank
practice.
you. I refuse. I will not bow down. I will never give up. Thank you all. Congratulations on your new show.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
I bow down to my better. I bow down to my better. Intimidated at all.